If Barbie was made into a woman, she'd be 7 foot 2 inches tall, weigh anywhere from 115 to 130 pounds. Her hips would be as wide as 30 to 36 inches, her waist 18 to 23 inches, and a bust of 38 to 48 inches. According to New York Times, this is about 1 in 100,000 women. First, we'll dress up into her history. Second, play into her evolution. And third, drive her pink convertible into her social significance. According to Dolls for Play, Ruth and Elliot Handler have 2 children, Barbara and Kenneth. Then they own a company where they make wooden picture frames. From the scraps, they would make dolls, and that was the start of their company. But they joined with a colleague called Harold Madsen. His name was Harold Madsen, and they formed another company called Mattel. Half Madsens, half Elliots. From this, then Elliot and Ruth traveled to Germany. In a side window, they found dolls. They bought 3 of these dolls and used them as guidelines for their manufacturing line, Barbie. Barbie was named after their daughter, Barbara, and Barbie's boyfriend, Ken, was named after their son, Kenneth. Barbie was patented in 1958. She was 11.5 inches tall, and she made her debut March 9, 1959. In the first 10 years, they made over $500 million. Now that we dressed up into her history, now we will play into her evolution. The early years is when she was made, and then the next era is the modern era, from 1965 to 1970. This reminded me much of the Brady Bunch era, or the Brady Bunch. A perfect family, clean, respectful, fully clothed. Just a good all-around American family. After that was the Malibu era, from 1971 to 1976. This is where you have a beach-themed era, and well known as the Stacy Malibu. This is where you bring more accessories like balls and swimsuits into play. Then you have the 80s, where it's the disco, rock star, pop star themed, and this is when you bring in more accessories like a guitar and drums and singing equipment. After that era, you have the new family, little kid era. This was in the 90s. Now you have even more accessories, but you took a complete turn. You have smaller children. Now more aspects to Barbie are introduced with more children, teenagers, more of a united family. Now it brings us to present day. According to The Week, Barbie has permanent ink, the Tokidoki Barbie. Now this raises a lot of questions because on the Tokidoki Barbie you have more makeup, you have tattoos, and you have body piercings. With this doll, it raises a lot of questions about should a doll that's exposed to young girls have adult-themed aspects to them. And a lot of people question this. But now that we played into her, dressed into her history, played into her evolution, we will now drive her pink convertible into her social significance. According to development psychology, good or bad environments are raised like Barbie has positive things like her jobs, like a pilot, lifeguard, an astronaut, as I have here, a paleontologist. These all raise, are they good? Are they relevant or irrelevant to children? Do they set too high of expectations for children? Or do they set goals that one day will lead them to becoming successful in their life? Or when Barbie has boats or planes or her famous pink convertible, are these objects lead to children thinking that that they can easily obtain these objects and and it's not good, but it raises a lot of question. But the main thing is her body. Does it portray unrealistic, false hopes for young girls? Well, according to Table and Home, Barbie was banned from Saudi Arabia, What do you think? Saudi Arabia banned these because of how Barbie is portrayed to young children. And personally, uh, I don't think Barbie raises. It's just a doll, and I don't think there's any more to that. In conclusion, according to Table and Home, a Barbie is made every 3 seconds. Now that we dressed into her history, played into her evolution, and drove her pink convertible into her social significance, Barbie will be looking at you instead of looking to the side because in 1971 they changed her eyes.